classroom and watch the recording. Okay? Now, let me go through the first question. And the first question is actually pretty badly done for two reasons. Now, some of you, I told you before the exam, okay? Substituting in the correct value of x is very important. Some of you substituted it wrongly, definitely the whole thing is wrong. Now, we will award 1 mark either if you substitute it correctly. Okay, if you substituted it correctly, I'll give you 1 mark. Alright? The other 2 marks is the solving of the simultaneous equations. And I told you before, ladies and gentlemen, your calculator can help you to check your answer. So if you do the simultaneous equation, but if you use your calculator, okay, if you use your calculator to check your answer, and you realize that it's wrong, go back and check again. Okay? So a couple of you actually made a fatal mistake. You did not get the simultaneous equations correct. Alright? Anyway, this video is uploaded. Okay, I go a little bit faster. If you need some time, you can go and watch the recording later and do your corrections. Alright? In question 2, I really want to spend a bit more time on this one because actually when I inserted in this question, right, it was meant to help you. But couple of you did not actually get this right. And when I say couple, I mean more than 1/3 of you. Okay, which I'm a little bit concerned. Now, I know you guys are very used to, especially the bottom one. Okay, I think the top one, the first equation, most of you can get. But the bottom one, a lot of you tried different things and you got very, very confused. Number 1, can you see that everything is already base of 27? Okay, sometimes there is no need for you to overcomplicate things to change to base 3. If you change to base 3, it's fine, you should get the same answer. But sometimes the more you do, the more mistakes you make. I don't know why. Okay? But I purposely made it such that everything is really base 27. Okay, so you actually don't have to do that. Another of the common mistakes is that a lot of you are still relatively weak in your indices. Same base, divide. Okay? What happens to the powers? Some of you still give me 27 to the power of y plus or minus 27 to the power of x. Okay? It is not this term minus this term, it is the powers, the index, the exponents that subtract from each other. Okay, so these are things like basics, you must get it. Okay? So if you were able to get this, then this one, 1/27, you are supposed to take the reciprocal. Right? We went through this before. Okay, so all these things, all your basics, this is meant for you guys to get 3 marks, ladies and gentlemen. But yet, a lot of you threw that away. Okay, so you get 1 mark each, okay, for forming the equation, and the other 2 for solving the simultaneous equations. Okay, like I said, go back, do your corrections. Okay, go back and do your corrections for this one. A couple of you did not do so well. Okay, I'll be collecting back from you. I want to see you guys do the corrections, okay? This video is uploaded. I expect all of you to go and review it, do your corrections, and then hand it back to me. Alright? So I already told you the common mistakes. Okay, let's move on. Okay, question number 3. This one quite okay. Okay, I think all of you got this one correct. Just that some of you stopped at this stage. Some of you stopped at this stage. That means you did the substitution. After you did the substitution, you got u is equal to these 2 answers. You stop there and you say, hey, you know what? That's it. Okay? When you read the answer, when they want you to solve this equation over here, what is the variable here that they want you to solve? X, right? They want you to find the value of x. So you have to resubstitute it back. You have to let u equals to 2 to the power of x. And some of you never reject the negative answer. Why? Okay? Can you see here? If you have a base, if you have 2 to the power of x is equals to negative 2.2462, you ask yourself, is it possible or not? You have a base of 2, even if you raise to the power of x can be any number, can be a negative number, can be a positive number, can be a number that is from 0 to 1, can be a number that is greater than 1. You think of all the possibilities, are you able to get a negative answer or not? No. So therefore, you have to reject this. Okay? Then after which, once you rejected it, you get this form. I told you guys before. Okay? you can either log both sides or log both sides. My personal favorite is to log because it works in every single case. Okay, log also works, but sometimes when there is exponential, log is much easier. Okay? Okay, let's move on to the next one. Wow, question number 4. Okay, this one is a question that I think a lot of you have a lot of issues. Now, I have some issues with some of you as well for this question. Number 1, okay, some of you immediately, okay, the first one just do a substitution, get 1 mark. Okay? The second one that I have an issue with some of you is that when you log both sides and you find the value of t, okay, a lot of you ask the question, hey, my answer is leave to 3 sigfig, right? But should I leave it at 20.5? Is it 20.6? Now, Wen-Qian actually asked Ms. Tam a question in the exam. He says that, hey, I substituted back inside, but it's not exactly, I don't get that value. Why? Actually, why he doesn't get the value when he substitutes 20.5? Yeah, because it's a little less, right? If you actually really calculated the value of this, right, I think you should get 20.5, what? 4, right? 20.54 something. Okay? So actually what Wen-Qian did was he round down. So it is, the time taken is still not sufficient. Actually, it's still not sufficient. Okay? So actually, he should have just rounded up by a little bit, 20.6. Okay? But this time round, we accepted 20.5 as well. Now, some of you also gave as 21, we also accepted it this time round. Okay? Okay? So I hope that is clear.
The best answer is 20.6.
The best answer is 20.6. So do take note of that. The next exam, you won't be so kind
I
already.
won't be so high. I will penalize.
Yeah? Okay, part B. What will happen to the number of drug use? It will approach 0. Some of you, right, it will decrease.
What?
Right? I know it will decrease. Right? After a long time, you all know it will decrease. But what will happen? It will approach 0. Alright? Yes? Anyone got any things you want to clarify? Okay, if not, we're going to move on to the next one already. I think this will be the last question I'm going to go through because I think there's not enough time. Can you flip to the next one? Question number 5. Okay? This one, I think, still not so bad. Still not so bad, but a couple of you have some mistakes here and there. Okay, but I think most of you did quite okay lah. It's just you need to know that you just got to substitute in the value. This is a coordinate form. The first one refers to the x, the second one refers to the y. Just substitute it inside here. Okay, so if you substitute inside here, I give you 1 mark. Okay, you substitute inside here, I give you 1 mark. Change this logarithm form into the exponential form. This one, not everyone was able to do it. Some of you weren't able to do it, but majority was. Okay, so I'm quite happy with that. Okay, so once you get here, you know what the value of A is. Okay, so A is equals to 4. Once you know A is equals to 4, some of you actually stop there. Hello? They say find the value of A and B. Substitute it back inside here. The base is 4. Redo this with the second information, 15 and B. Okay, and then you can find the value of B. So sometimes a lot of you never read the question fully. I know you can do one. Actually, if you can do part A, you can definitely do part B. Okay, it's definitely can because both has the same skills. Okay, but the only thing is that you never read the thing properly. Right, you stop at the first part, find A only. Alright, so this one, be a little bit careful. Okay, and then sketching of the graph. Okay, sketching of the graph, we give 1 mark for the basic shape. Okay, another mark for shifting. I told you guys before, and I told you guys before, the one day before the exam, right, I went through a similar one. I say if it's +1, intuitively, okay, intuitively +1 you will shift to the right, because we know that plus is always to the right. But I told you, okay, if it's to the input, if it's within the parentheses, right, it's to the input, that means it is a shift to the left. Ronnie, did I say that? I did, right? So it's a really fatal mistake for some of you. Okay, but yeah, it's only 1 mark. Okay, you get a basic shape out, I'll still give you 1 mark. Alright? But some of you, you give me an exponential graph, I cannot even give you any marks. Okay, you draw an exponential graph, I really cannot give you any marks. Alright? Okay. We will continue on, just a few more questions, but I don't have time already. Mr. Do you think we should collect back everything or can they hold on for 1 period? Cannot be 1 period later, all missing ma. No, okay, you guys keep for 1 period. I mean, I recorded all your marks already. Okay, as long as there's no mistakes. Alright, Yuki, yes.
For the first few questions that Mr. Tong that went through, if you think you got marks to ask, then you better come.
I forgot to read the question. Why do you want to play that?
应该没有。
I think I think you try to warm up on this. Yeah, I love the myself. I feel like song B. Ow.
Okay, if not, I'll see you guys later. Okay, in one period time. Take good care.